I thought it'd be helpful to show you around Everfit a little bit. I'll try to make the video as short as I can and just kind of give you the basics of how the app works and how you step through your workout. So you can see the Everfit icon. You just tap that to open it up, and you'll come to like your page. This is like a home screen for the Everfit app. You'll see what's going on for the day. You see that the upper body pull and upper abdominals is your workout for today. So then you hit start workout, and this gives you an overview of what your workout all entails from start to finish. So just so you can kind of review it and see what you're getting into, and then you hit start workout, and this brings you to the first section of the workouts. Now a lot of times the workouts will have different sections. This is the warm-up section, so you hit start section, and then it brings you through to the next one, or the first exercise. Now the exercise part of this, each exercise that comes up, whether it's or during whatever section that you're in throughout your workout, let's go through a little bit of what you see here. The title, of course, lets you know kind of what you're getting into here. You can always play the video, or if it's pictures, you just click that little eye there for information, and it will allow you to scroll through the pictures. Just a FYI, I don't always go by the writing of how it's described to do the exercise. Sometimes the video and the pictures don't really they're not coordinated in a lot of ways. Sometimes they'll tell you to do different things that's not demonstrated in the picture or in the video. So I'm basically going on what is seen visually, and then I'll write notes. Like you can see on here, it says go to depth just before your tailbone starts to tuck underneath you. That's me writing you a note just to kind of help you through this exercise, to do it with proper form, or the form that I'm hoping that you'll do it in, versus anything that you'll read on that under the little eye there in the video. Okay, so just remember that. Now you can also click the icons up above. There's the one for comments that looks like a little like bubble that you would see on a cartoon. For your thoughts, you can write me a message there, and that will basically be tagged as coming from this specific exercise. So that's kind of nice. I know exactly what exercise you're referring to. You don't have to put the name of the exercise in the comment. That's all coordinated if you do it that way. So if you're on an exercise, you want to message me about that specific exercise, then hit that little thought bubble and write me a note directly that way. That works the best. Okay, then if you hit the little clock icon right next to that, it'll bring up your log history. Now your log history is going to let you know how many reps and how much weight you used the last time you performed this, or the last few times. So you can always go back to see if you need to change it in any way. Okay, and I'll save that for another video, as far as when to change your weights or your reps. That will definitely cover some other time. Okay, now if you hit the ... up there too by those other two icons, you also get a couple options, as far as like you could add a set, and you can delete the last set too. So if you can only do 2 out of the 3 that I put there for you because of time or fatigue, you can either just leave it there and it will just be skipped basically, or you can delete it. I personally think that if you skip it, it allows me to see that, and it allows me to know or flag me to pay attention to that more, and maybe adjust how your routine goes a little bit to suit you better. Okay, so but you can do those 2 things there with the ... So if you hit play on any of the videos here, it's going to give you a demonstration. A lot of times it's just the one view, but sometimes they'll give you 2 views, just like this one, which is kind of nice to see it from a couple different angles. You'll also notice underneath the title of the exercise there's the tempo, and for this one it says 2-1-2-1. We'll get into tempo some other time too, but that's basically like the rhythm that you use to perform the exercise, just so you know what that refers to. Now if you go down a little bit further underneath, you'll see the set, reps. Now as far as entering what you do throughout your workout, you'll see these 3 columns here, they're labeled the set and reps. If there's weight involved in the exercise, you'll also see weight, and you can enter or adjust those. The sets, that you won't have to mess with. That is just indicating what set it is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the weight and reps you will have to probably add or adjust to be consistent with what you actually did. And then the circle with the checkbox in it, that you select once you complete that set. So once you are done with that set, then you hit the checkbox or the check circle, and it will turn blue, and then pull up the rest timer. Now the rest breaks I automatically put in for you if there is a rest in between each set, and it will start the timer automatically and then count down like you see here. It'll then bring you to the next exercise automatically, or if there is another set with that same exercise, it's just going to bring you right back to that. For the warm-up, it's just 1 set each exercise, so it's going to bring you to the next one every time that timer runs out. So here, this is the next one, knee to chest. So under the title knee to chest, you can also see that it says each side. So when we're talking about the 1 set of 12, we're talking 1 set of 12 for each leg, okay? And then you see the alternating pause at each high knee position. That description is what I wrote as far as the notes, okay? But you can see the pictures of this exercise that Everfit provides by hitting the I on the picture there, okay, the information, and then that will bring you to the pictures that are involved. Sometimes there's a couple pictures, sometimes more, just to see different phases of the exercise. Here's the written description. That'll fill you in a little bit more on what they're talking about doing here. But again, sometimes they don't coincide with what I'm looking for. If you do see notes written there, as far as this screen right here, then I would go by the notes. Now once you finish that, you hit again the check circle, and then that completes that exercise and it brings the timer up automatically. One nice thing about the timer is that it's telling you where you're headed after the timer's set, okay, or the timer's done. So here on the bottom you can see that it's dumbbell deadlift is the next exercise, so it kind of helps you see what's coming, prepare for the next stage while during your rest break, and that will be more important even when you're going through the actual workout. All right, so we know that dumbbell deadlifts is the next one. We can start grabbing dumbbells or doing something while the timer's running, just to make your workout as efficient as possible. All right, so once that timer runs out, then it's going to bring up the dumbbell deadlift. So the dumbbell deadlift, again, there's a video available for this one, so we can watch the video if we need to. We can check what you did last time. So it looks like 40 pounds was done last time, so now you just under pounds, you tap that little hyphen and it will allow you to enter the 40. Hit done, and then we're shooting for 12 reps, but if that was any different than 12, then you can adjust that by scrolling up or down and hit done. And let's say you did maybe 14, or let's keep it at 12. Hit done, and then you hit the check circle when you complete that exercise, and again it's kind of counting down your rest break while it lets you know what's coming and how many reps. Okay, standing hamstring and calf stretch. There's no weight involved. You know you have to do six reps each side. You see that each side under there with the tempo of 1-5-1-1, which just means a 5-second hold in the stretch. You complete that with the check circle, and then it's going to count down your rest break, let you know what's coming next. Steps you right through. Okay, the hip crossover, a little bit of a description, you're alternating back and forth. There's probably more pictures available. You just hit the I once you do 6 reps on each side or in both directions. Then you hit the check circle. Counts down, lets you know that plate shoulder circle is coming up next. Okay, big to small rotations with a little bit of weight in your hands, doesn't have to be much. I use 2.5, so maybe like a water bottle if you're at home. Just warm those shoulders up. Yeah, see, 5 pounds was used last time. And I got there by clicking the little clock with the arrow going around it right underneath the picture there. You see that? That gives you the history of this exercise. Once you complete it, then it gives you the rest break. Now for some reason this was a 30-second rest break. That was a mistake on my part. It was meant to be a 10-second, but you can, I guess it gives you an example of 30-second rest. So you see how it counts down just like that. Whatever I set it to, that's the rest break, but everything is automatic. It's pretty slick and keeps you on track as far as your time. Makes your workouts more efficient. So the next exercise, once you look up what you did last time and then enter that in. So I use 20-pound dumbbells. So if I always enter the 2 dumbbells or the total weight that I'm pushing around, rather than just single dumbbells. Like if I'm using 40 pounds total, 2 20-pound dumbbells, I enter 40. And then the last exercise for the warm-up is a dynamic back stretch, 12 reps. And the description there is how I like to do this one. Once you're done with those, then you hit the check circle, brings up the timer again. And there you go. Now when you see this done button, that means that your section is at its end. Now you can scroll back and forth, make sure that you got everything checked if you need to, if you want to, and then you hit done, and it's going to bring you right to the next section of your workout, which is the actual resistance training routine. Okay, so now that it brings you to the upper body pull portion or section, then you can read a little bit of description there. This will strengthen all areas of your back, biceps and upper abdominals. It's going to let you kind of know what we're gonna do or what our goal is for this section. And then you hit start section and it will bring you right to the first exercise, just like the warm-up. All the same information or components are there as far as looking back in your log. I don't have any information on this one, so that's not going to help me out any. But yeah, if you enter your weight that you're going to use, dumbbell row, I'll use 2 30-pound dumbbells, so I put 60 pounds in, and then I'll shoot for 12 reps. When I finish that set, I hit the check circle and it brings up the 30-second timer that was prescribed for the rest break, and let me know that I'm going to do another set of the dumbbell bent over row, just like I just did. That's what's coming up next. Once that timer is complete, it'll automatically bring me back to the next set of the dumbbell bent over row. And then I enter my weight. And when I complete the set, I enter my reps that I completed successfully, and then hit the check circle. Okay, now it's going to bring up that timer, automatically again, and it lets me know that I'm moving on to the reverse flies. You can close out that timer just by hitting that down button on the upper left of the timer box. That will close out the timer. Now you'll notice when you do that, you can see the timer still going in the bottom left here and still letting you know, but then you have to swipe left on the screen to get to the next exercise. Okay, now I like to do that rather than just sit there and wait for the timer to run its course. I like to close out the timer because it still runs like it does, and then it gives me a chance to get to the next exercise, look up what weight I did or what weight I need to use today in the log, and then enter that into the space there under pounds, and just get everything kind of set up before that timer's run out, and then I'm ready to do the next set of whatever exercise I need to do. So it allows your routine to go smoothly. You get the appropriate rest in between each set, which is also very important to keep the intensity that you need to make your routine stimulate your body in the way that we want. So I like to close out the timer. Once you get used to everything, close out the timer. It will still ding and let you know when you should be ready to do your next set. But it allows you to set up everything, see what you need to do next, and it just keeps the workout flowing forward. Like I said, once you get used to it, it will flow pretty well, and it really does help you keep on track. It's very easy to all of a sudden, your rest break is like a minute longer than it should have been, and you do that a few times, and now your workout is like 15 minutes longer than it really needed to be or should have been. So it's just better use of your time and more effective workout if you stay on track with everything. Okay, so once that exercise is done, did the last set, timer's going, move on to the dumbbell hammer curl. There's no data in the past as far as the log, so I'm going to put 40 pounds, so two 20-pound dumbbells, and I'm going to guess that I'm going to get 12 reps. Okay, then I'm going to do them, see if I can get 12. Once I'm done, or once that rest break timer goes off, then I start my next set of the dumbbell hammer curl. Complete that, hit the check box or check circle, search the timer, enter my weight and reps, and then wait for the timer to complete. I don't want to go too fast. I don't want to skip my rest breaks or shorten them in any way, because they allow you to recover to a certain degree and then take on the next set. So try to stick to the full rest break when you're training, okay? This tells me Dre curls are next. 10 pounds, it looks like, was used in the past. 8 to 12 repetitions we're shooting for. No data. I'm going to change that 10 pounds. So you have to hit that backspace button in the bottom right. I'm going to use two 15-pound dumbbells. So 30 pounds total. Oh, it looks like I got 10 repetitions with those. Hit the check circle. Starts the timer. You can see we're going back to the Dre curl. We've got another set to go. "30-second timer. We're just breathing easy, kind of preparing our mind for the next set. Okay, timer went off. Time to get that next set in. 30 pounds or two 15-pound dumbbells. Enter our repetitions, pushed a little harder, got 12 this time, each side, and then click the check circle. Starts the timer again. So concentration curls are the next one. And we're shooting for 8 to 12 repetitions. Now concentration curls is an exercise that you have to do the repetitions on each side, so it does add a little time to the routine rather than doing both sides at the same time. Okay, so just for the sake of time, I'm gonna just kind of scroll through or swipe through the last part of this workout. So in order to skip an exercise, you just swipe left or right if you want to go back and forth. You can see once you get to the last exercise of that section, it says done again, just like in the warm-up. You hit done, it's gonna say that yeah, you haven't done it all. Do you want to still finish or not? Okay, and then you just select finish if you're done with that section, and then it automatically brings you to the next section. This would be done the same way. Right now we have the exercise ball crunch. You would select the first set, adjust your repetitions if you need to. Maybe you get 12 repetitions. Once you complete those 12 or you have, then you select the check circle, and then that will start the rest break timer. We're going to shoot for 12 again. Maybe we get more or less, but we can adjust that once the set is complete. Then you again hit the check circle, and that will let the app know. We're still waiting on the rest break timer. Alright, set 2. Get those done. Now check the check circle. Brings up the timer again. It'll all become very familiar after you do a couple workouts. Again, the timer's going there on the bottom left. Can adjust things as far as what we're doing, and then wait that timer out. Once that dings, then we know it's time to go. Time to get the next set. You do those last 12 repetitions of set 3. You hit the check circle, and then that will give you the rest break timer again. Okay, so that exercise is done. We're going to swipe left. Once the timer is complete, then we swipe left, and we'll see the last screen. Now up on the top of the screen of the app here, you can see the dots, and the bright white circle is filled. That tells you what section you're in. Okay, this is now under walk. We're under the last or second to last section. We just enter the time it took to walk our mile, 20 minutes. Okay, that's the only thing we needed to adjust on that one. We hit the check circle to say we completed that exercise. Then it brings us to the last page of the routine, or last section of the routine, which is this screen. We slide that. It signifies that we've completed this workout, and a lot of times we'll give you a summary screen like this one here. Lets you know the duration, total lifted pounds. Sometimes it gives you a fun fact of, you climbed the Great Pyramid of Giza, or you lifted 500 llamas or something like that. It's kind of funny. But if you can grade your challenge as far as how hard this workout has been for you, that gives me good feedback and maybe a better idea of how to adjust it for next time. You can also leave comments about this particular workout. Before, we talked a little bit about how to send me a message about a specific exercise. Like from that exercise, you just use that idea bubble. Here you're leaving just a general comment about the workout itself. So this is not linked to a specific exercise, just to let you know. Okay, so if you have a question about or you just let me know you're feeling great or tired today, or really feel that, Thanksgiving dinner I had yesterday, or whatever it was, you just leave me a comment and just kind of how you're feeling more in general. So then it will bring you back to your home screen in the app. It says that your exercise or your workout was completed, and then you can go from there. So on the bottom of this screen, there's also an inbox. You can select the inbox. That'll open up more like an email or a messaging, texting type screen where you can send me messages that are not linked to any specific workout, exercise, or anything. It's just like a general message to me through the Everfit app. So keep that in mind if you use the inbox. It's very generalized, but it still allows us to communicate within that app. Okay? I hope that gives you a much better idea or feel. Like I said, as you use it, you'll learn the quirkiness of it, and the details of how to flow through your routine. But hopefully that gives you some idea of how to use it in general. If you have any questions, as always, please feel free to ask me. I'm always open, and if there's anything specific, you're probably not the only one to wonder the same thing. So if I can fill other people in through a video, something like this, and add that'd be helpful for everyone. Okay, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you at your next session.